I had to respond to something. I've unlocked the Meridian.
I'll be taking this.
Yo, Salamando.
Wow, this place is beautiful. The way the sun shines upon the verdure looks just like a scene from a fanciful fairy tale.
I assume every convoy before us has also marveled at this view.
The entrance to the sanctuary is up ahead. Nearly there, folks.
Ow. Actually, no, I was gonna use the elemental break, but I'm like, save it for a boss fight or something. Because that's when they come in the most handy, especially on like hard difficulty. Out of here, Queen Need. Come at me. Charging. Got nothing on this. How do you have a shield? This will win the eruption. That did decent damage. Damage is damage. Yo, I poisoned him? Get wrecked, you loser. Okay, Jule's combos seem really fun. I love the way he moves his little umbrella.
Let's keep moving.
I said little, I guess for his size it's big. For someone of his size.
Give us something. We should definitely
Change
keep this
form.
one.
Releases a bewildering ball of magic that has a chance of changing. I wasn't done reading that, Square Enix. You're gonna really make me go to the menu to finish reading that? Who do you think you are? Has a chance of changing the enemy's shape. Oh, it's like morph in FF. Lame.
You're mine.
Maybe not lame, but not something I'm gonna use all that much, if at all.
We're here. This is the entrance to the Sanctuary of Mana itself.
Finally! I'm a bundle of nerves. Excited, anxious, the works. But I guess the mana tree is gonna have to wait. First, we need to get Hina's core stone.
The tree is all the way inside the sanctuary past the gateway, safely tucked away from trespassers and mischief makers.
Orin is likely to be loitering in this location.
This is our last mission before we reach our journey's end.
Incorrect.
You said something about a sword being kept here, right?
Get a legendary
Sure
mana
did.
sword.
Wanna see? It's stuck in a huge rock. You can't miss it.
Sanctuary entrance. This reminds me really hard of like Dragon Quest XI right before you're going to Yggdrasil. Like after you went through everything, after you went through Arborea and like the woods and like you're about to go to Yggdrasil and then like Jasper comes in and like Mordegon's awakened. That's what this reminds me of. So hard. I wanted to hear what Morley was gonna say, game. How was I supposed to know we were gonna get interrupted by story this soon? Oh, well, would you look who it is?
Is that?
Yep, that's the one and only mana sword. Oh, and a visitor.
Orin?
Val, I'm sorry. This was the only way I could get my hands on the mana sword.
Are you sorry though?
That's why you're here? The sword?
That's right. Do you even know the miracles I can perform with this power? I can save Liza, cure her of her cursed petrification. And that's not even the half of it. She's still the Alm of Earth. Until I can release her, she'll never be free. That's why I need the sword. I have to change the world for the better. Get rid of the alms sacrifice altogether, so that our loved ones don't have to die to preserve the future for the rest of us.
You're saying you sacrificed Hina's life in order to save Liza? We trusted you, Orin. Both of us did. And you betrayed us!
As the Soul Guard, you're charged with ensuring the alms meet their ends by completing the pilgrimage. You were prepared to lose Hina then? I just made her sacrifice come a little earlier than expected. For the sake of the world. You can hate me. I won't blame you. But with my plan, we'll never have to sacrifice another person ever again. Alms will no longer have a reason to exist. We'll be freed from this horrible tradition of loss and regret.
Sorry, but I think Orin might be right about this. Hina and other alms before her were denied the life they wanted to live. His words are tempting.
Val, you can't...
Even so, the alms have never been just a means to an end. Not to me. Their sacrifice has to mean more than that. This world exists because the alms carry with them the hopes and dreams of all those who came before and those who will come after them. I know in my heart that this world is sick. But Hina was never meant to be used as a pawn by anyone.
Of course she wasn't. None of us want her life to be lost in vain.
There has to be a way to obtain the Mana Sword without Hina's Core Stone.
Regardless, this should not be your call. It is pitifully presumptuous of you to assume you know the wishes of all alms, past and present.
My Sproutling friends entrusted me with this duty, and I mean to see it through. You don't speak for me, mister.
Thanks, everyone. As long as I have friends on this journey who need me, I'll continue to serve them as the Soul Guard. Even if we end our pilgrimage at the Mana Tree, I'm in charge of my own destiny. Hina is my responsibility. You have to return her Core Stone now, Orin!
You can't stop this. Without a Core Stone, I can't pry the Mana Sword from this rock. I have to bring back the world of Fadiel for Liza. No. For all of us who don't want to lose the people we hold dear. In the past, there were no alms to sacrifice. Mortals, spirits, Benevodon monsters, even the goddess herself, all lived in the different realms that made up Fadiel. But years ago, the 5 realms were condensed into one. That mangled world was called Kidiel. It's the world that you and I know today. With the power of the Mana Sword, we can return Kidiel to the Fadiel it once was. Split it into a world that doesn't need to have soul offerings. The Mana Sword is right in front of us. They say that only the Chosen One can wield it. If that's the case, then that's just what I'll be. Even if it means betraying my friends, my village, I will have the sword!
Yeah, Orin, you've gone crazy. You've gone as, like, crazy as Maruki. Except Maruki was a much better character.
Orin! What are you doing with Hina's Core Stone?
So Hina's just, like, gone, huh? It's actually wild to me that they really just killed Hina this early into the story, by the way. Hi. Clearly main antagonist.
You're the voice I heard from the megalith, aren't you?
Stop it! Hina!
Earth shall be first.
Earth?
Give me that sword! I earned it!
Orin! Return Hina's Core Stone now!
You are not even worth the stretch of my sword arm.
It can't be. Daelophos? After all this time?
My. Correct, Sproutling. Your reward is the ruination that awaits you all.
Hina's core stone. I won't let him!
I never saw myself battling against the king of Daelophos in this lifetime.
He's got a body to target? So, like, it makes sense that Auron would want to try to save Liza. Man, I just, like, the more I look at Auron, the more I'm like, they could have actually, like, the angle they went with him in theory is actually really good. I just think they went about it, like, all wrong. I don't think the game did a good enough job building up Auron. Even if they had the prologue part of the game, I don't think the game did a good enough job of, like, you know, obviously Auron would want to, like, save Liza, and he really, like, he loved Liza. They were basically, like, meant to be, and he, like, was torn after she was turned to stone and everything. I don't think the game did a good enough job of, like, you know, making his betrayal, like, mean something. Like, obviously, for the sake of the story, I don't think they did a good enough job of, like, building it up, I guess? Because, like, when the betrayal happens, like, it feels like it comes out of nowhere. Like, obviously, he would want to save Liza. But at the same time, other than that, you're like, oh, wow, Auron's just, like, betraying you. Or whatever. I think Auron is, like, as of right now, at least, kind of missed potential. Because I actually like the idea of having a character that, like, disagrees with this way of thinking, like, oh, the alms must be sacrificed for the sake of the world. And, like, realistically, everyone's not going to believe the same thing. So I actually kind of like the idea of, like, having someone in this world, like, against that. I think they could have done it so much better. I don't know, maybe the game will change my mind. Maybe they'll do stuff later, but as of right now, I think Auron's kind of missed potential here. Which is unfortunate, because I was actually kind of like, oh, Auron seems pretty cool. And they could have made him like a villain and a traitor, but they could have done better at, like, building it up. So, you know, a little disappointed in that. Behold, Blast Strike. Also, Hina's death, like, Hina, obviously, like, the game was kind of designed, you play the game and you're like, oh, Hina's probably gonna die, but, like, I feel like Hina dies way too early in this game, and if she really is just gone, then she was kind of wasted too, other than being, like, a plot device. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. This Daelophos guy has a sick design, though. It is your turn. Get yourself up with a cure water. Hi, I'm Morley. Pleased to make your acquaintance. No, you don't. Okay, I was starting to think this might be an unwinnable fight. Because this guy very much seems like he's gonna be, like, the final villain. I can see them being like, oh, you can't win this time. Maybe the fight will get cut off at some point. Hey, Daelophos, how do you feel about underwater? Ow, ow. Calm down, calm down.
I'll carry on from here.
Oh, you can't do the charge in the air? That makes sense, I guess. Come here, Daelophos. Come here, you know you want to. Stop doing your shockwaves. Oh, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming. I got him. I'm doing, like, hardly any damage, though. I still feel like something's gonna happen and I'll have to win this. Granted, I am on hard mode, and I think the bosses on hard mode do have a lot of HP. But, like, it is hard mode. Ow. Julie, just in case I do have to win, should get you up. Ow. Man, that comes out really fast. Super Boomerang, go! What is happening? Oh wow, Morley just died? That was sudden.
I got this.
Julie, you stay back while I just whittle Daelophos' HP a little bit. Oh, never mind. Not if you go for Julie, I can't do that. The strat just will not work. He got the rabbi in here.
Here, use this.
Hey, Daelophos, can you, like, consider, like, giving up? They're very obviously gonna be, like, the final villain, or, like, one of the final, like, bosses. Ow. Charge, faster. Nice. Good heal, good heal. I gotta remember the Dryad vessel can heal. No, you don't. No, my charge. I was working so hard. Ow.
Think you can handle this?
Where'd you go? There you are.
You're not getting away.
Daelophos. Okay, I'm starting to think I have to win this fight.
Don't hesitate to strike.
Oh good, you did exactly what I was gonna have you do. Oh my word, calm down. I wanna see your class strike. The reincarnation. Okay, it was a scripted fight.
He's far too powerful.
There's no way we can win this.
All our advances will be futile if our adventure ends here.
I'm all for retreating personally. Trent, you're helping us?
This land will not be desecrated by the powers of evil on my watch.
Never thought I'd see the overseer of the sanctuary intervene like this.
Now is the time to withdraw, Alms.
No! I can't just run away! I have to save Hina! I have to get her core stone!
Listen, this isn't a fight we can win right now. We have to pull back.
Oh, is that the end of chapter 4? Sure is.
Curse it all. Now Hina's core stone is...
How did a man like that get trapped outside the sanctuary?
For Wheeler Woe, he knows not our whereabouts.
Trent's probably keeping him plenty busy.
First things first, who is Trent? For that matter, who is Daelophos?
Golly, you don't know anything, do you? I'm not a historian, but I'll summarize what I can. Trent is one of the goddess's emissaries. He watches over the entrance to the sanctuary to keep the people who aren't supposed to be in there out. I guess you could call him a neutral overseer. His job is to protect the goddess, but he's not exactly one to stick his leaves into the business of the alms who come his way. We're lucky we got him in a good mood, or we'd be goners. As for the gentleman who is sealed away in the rock, his name is Daelophos. Long ago he tried, and failed to overthrow the mana goddess herself.
Inconceivable!
Unfortunately, it looks like that long nap didn't change his mind about revenge either.
Overthrow the goddess? But why would he do that?
Don't ask me. We weren't friends or anything. When Daelophos was defeated the first time, his powers splintered, scattering all across the mortal realm. Lost to time and memory.
You're saying that the form we just fought wasn't even close to his true strength.
That's about the gist of it. If you ask me, Daelophos is gonna need to find the rest of his fragmented power before he does anything else.
This complicates our current mission considerably. Given your age, I am fascinated by the breadth of your familiarity with history, Jule. I love to learn myself, but I have not heard half the stories you have related to us.
My age? Oh, right. I keep forgetting how little you know about spirit folk. Sproutlings have a very, very long lifespan. That guy from before, Orin, was it? He mentioned something about Ki and Fadiel, right? When I first sprouted, the world was called Fadiel. I know what I say sometimes sounds like ancient folklore, but it really was the world I grew up in.
You mean to tell me you're actually an old man?
Huh. The fact that I'm older than I look is your takeaway from all that?
I'm only 17. Should I be, I don't know, more respectful? Sir?
Nah, there's no need to get stuffy on me now, sonny. More importantly, we gotta do something about Daelophos. And soon. The places where his divided power is being kept are the exact same ones where the Benevodons are locked away.
We're gonna get to fight the Benevodons in this game. I'm very excited for that.
Yup. Daelophos will have to release the seals to take back his power, which, lucky us, means the monsters can break loose.
There must be some mistake. I have read the old texts, and the Benevodons were felled by the legendary sword of the ancient hero Daelophos.
Or in Trials of Mana.
The goddess bequeathed her blade to her champion to aid him in his adventure. It is an epic tale passed down through the generations in prose and performance alike.
Golly, they made plays? Mortals sure do like to talk about things they don't understand.
Then, do you think the story's gotten warped over the years?
Well, it is true that Daelophos was sent to destroy the Benevodons.
So wait, what's the problem?
If both Palomina and Jule's accounts are to be believed, then Daelophos must be planning to revive his once defeated foes, using those great monsters to visit his wrath upon the Mana Goddess.
If he's as stubborn as I remember, that's exactly what Daelophos wants. Resurrecting the Benevodons will throw the whole world out of whack. Even completing our pilgrimage wouldn't be enough to balance things out.
But getting Hina's core stone from Orin is one thing. How are we supposed to take it from an ancient hero?
Right now, we're the only ones who know that Daelophos is back. There's no one else we can turn to.
So you do intend to go after him?
I don't care if he's some legendary champion. He still took Hina's core stone, and I won't let him get away with it.
I'll go with you. It's way too late to turn back now anyway.
And we need a 5th character.
Plus,
The game
I don't
decided
think my
that
friends
Jule's
back
the
in
main
the burrow
character.
would want me to abandon the rest of the alms to go to the Mana Tree on my own.
Yeah, okay.
It was never my intention to stay behind. The more of us stand against the enemy, the easier the fight will be. You'll need backup.
As a former dignitary, I cannot condone an individual such as Daelophos destroying any domain, no matter how diminutive.
Daelophos got the drop on us last time. Without the element of surprise, we can take him. And Hina's core stone, for that matter.
Jule, don't break into
Now
song.
that that's settled, what's next?
Can you imagine if Jule just breaks into a song and this is a
Let's
musical?
not go back to the sanctuary yet. I think that tree guy might be mad at us for the mess we left behind.
Daelophos said something about Earth after he woke up, right? Do you think he meant Guju?
Probably.
Well, yeah. The Benevodons are sealed away near where each alm is chosen for the pilgrimage, of course.
But Liza and Watts are still in the area. We have to get back to Guju.
Yeah, okay. Can you imagine if, like, oh, you know, Daelophos is
Worried for
back.
Liza's safety.
The journey
Watts
is a
too, for that
lie.
matter.
Let's all just give up on
We
our
gotta
duties
hurry.
and vows on
First
his
things
own.
First, we gotta make sure we're battle ready. I'm not letting Daelophos make off with Hina's core stone again.
Okay, cool, but hear me out. What if I went and did some side quests? Because we have a couple that are lingering.